दिलों में प्यार की खुशबू तो होठों पर दुआ रखना दिलों में प्यार की खुशबू तो होठों पर दुआ रखना ईमान में वक्त से एक रिश्ता इश्क वफा रखना ईमान में वक्त से
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everyone. Welcome back to Friday Sermon for Kids. We're going to be talking about a beautiful subject from Huzoor's Friday Sermon this week. Without further ado, I'm going to be introducing you to our two panelists. This week, to my right is Monis, to his right is Haris. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Walaikum assalam, Rabbi Sahib.
Jazakallah for being here, guys. Now, dear audience, as we approach these last few days of the blessed month of Ramadan, Huzoor brought up a topic that we can all benefit from.
बस जब अल्लाह ताला की रज़ा के हसूल के लिए उसकी तवज्जो चाहते हुए उसकी तरफ झुकते हुए अपनी तवज्जो को खालिस अल्लाह ताला की तरफ करते हुए इंसान ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह कहता है तो अल्लाह ताला के फजलों का वारिस बनता है.
So dear audience, we're going to be talking about a subject that is mentioned everywhere in the Quran, why we believe in one God and why Islam has done the best job presenting it. Before we get into that though, I'll come over to my two panelists over here, whom I have to ask, what are your newly learned points this week? Monis.
The new thing I learned from a beloved Huzoor's Friday sermon was that a person who believes in La ilaha illallah has been promised by Allah that fire will not touch him.
Wait, that's exactly what my point was going to be. I learned the same thing about La ilaha illallah.
Well, how wonderful is that? Because that point right there is a very big one. We're going to definitely be coming back to it to talk more in details. But before that, we have to go over to you, dear audience, for which we go straight to Kids Take.
Huzoor, may Allah be his helper, said that Allah the Almighty is the only one who can and has the ability to help, and He is the only one who should be turned to, as it says in the Holy Quran, Thee alone do we worship, and Thee alone do we implore for help.
God Himself presented three signs and conditions. First, whose root is firm. Second, whose branches reach into heaven. Third, it brings its fruit at all times.
He said, when one declares that there is no God but Allah for the sake of Allah and devoting to Him in return, he attains the blessings of Allah.
We are fortunate to have accepted the teachings, which keep us safe from associating partners with God and allows us to attain success in this life and the next.
Huzoor said that the true meaning of La ilaha illallah is the oneness of God. Tawheed. God Almighty is not pleased with just the words La ilaha illallah until they are followed by action.
Huzoor told us about La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Today, Friday sermon, Huzoor talked about La ilaha illallah.
One should analyze every day the degree of which they fulfill the conditions and requirements associated with La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Jazakallah ahsan al-jaza for those beautiful points. Now remember, dear audience, it takes like 15 seconds to make a beautiful video of yourself and sending it our way. If you forgot us this week, make sure you send in a video next week. We'd love to see it. Okay, time for our discussion.
I have a question right off the bat, Rabbi Sahib. Huzoor said the kalama is not just an Islamic belief. What is that about?
Beautiful question, Haris. Huzoor mentioned that the words, and you guys mentioned these words, La ilaha illallah. What do they mean? Think about what the words mean. The words mean, La ilaha, there is no God, illallah, except for Allah, who is the only one true God, the creator and sustainer of the entire universe. Huzoor mentioned how this is the fundamental main message that all prophets of God brought to the earth, regardless of where they came. In some places, they used different words to call God, but their message was the same, which is that don't worship anything but the one true God. And that's what Islam tells us. So that's what Huzoor meant when he said that the term La ilaha illallah, just that much, is universal. It's everywhere in all religions. Now slowly they went away from it, right? They ended up making their own beliefs afterwards, and the belief got, basically weaker and corrupted. But that's the basic. And Huzoor mentioned, it is Islam that presents the idea of La ilaha illallah in the best way possible.
Well, basically, my question was about my newly learned point. Huzoor said that La ilaha illallah is all we need to go to heaven.
Wait, what? What about all the talks we've had on actions being super important?
That's what I was thinking. Does that mean that we don't have to care about our actions as long as we believe that Allah is one?
That sounds crazy, but it would be so easy to make it to heaven that way.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? We can all make it to heaven just that way.
Wait, just hold on to your horses, you two, just for a moment.
Murabi Sahib, what are you talking about? We don't have any horses.
Yes, I know, we definitely don't have any horses here. It's an expression. It means you guys are rushing to a conclusion on a topic without properly understanding it first.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I know that. Rushing through things is not really a smart move.
No kidding. Even the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that rushing is the work of shaitan.
Well, thank God we put some brakes on that. Now, where were we again?
Well, we were talking about how just saying La ilaha illallah can get us to heaven.
Yes, that is true, Monis, but Huzoor mentioned something specific in the Friday sermon. Huzoor said that many people claim that just saying La ilaha illallah can take you to heaven. Huzoor said that is true, but only at a face value. There's a deep message in it, which is that you have to truly believe it to be a truth from Allah. Now, what does that mean? That means you have to learn to become a sacha mawahid.
Now, Murabi Sahib, we just went from one question to another because I only got half of the wording you said there.
Yeah, I know sacha means someone who's truthful, but what does muwahid mean?
Well, glad you asked that, Monis, because we have the incredible segment that's coming up next where our incredible presenter, Atar, is going to take it away with the word of the sermon.
Jazakallah, Murabi Sahib. Alright guys, so sacha and mawahid are two Urdu words, but one of them originally goes back to Arabic. You two are right about the first word. Sacha in Urdu basically means someone who is truthful. But the word mawahid comes from the Arabic root wa-ha-da, which means to be one. Mawahid basically means someone who accepts the oneness or only one being of God. But Islam teaches us very specifically that simply saying that with your mouth does not get you anywhere. The promised Messiah Islam says, of course people can reach heaven through the belief in one God. But here's the most important part. If that belief is sacha, that means it's truthful and sincere. Then you will always change your actions as a result of your belief. So, sorry to ruin the conclusion of yours, but actions are needed, and that's how you reach true belief in one God. Back to you guys.
Oh, that makes sense. It's like Allah trusts His followers to always do good things.
Yeah, so much so that He doesn't need to tell them to do it anymore. They do it automatically.
Exactly, guys. See, actions, Allah has made them for us because it's we as humans that need actions. We are the ones that need to go and buy food and then cook it and eat it. Or we as humans are the ones that end up needing help if we fall down. Somebody has to help get us up. So Allah has created actions for us so that we can prove truly that our belief is sincere. Because if our belief was not sincere, then our actions would speak otherwise. But Allah has made this for us so that we can reform ourselves. It is this that Huzoor mentioned causes us to get away from the darkness of the soul. You know, when you turn the light on somewhere, it's then and only then that the darkness goes away. So the darkness is only the absence of light. That's what we are as human beings inside when it comes to belief in God. When we don't have God in us, that's when there's darkness. So Allah tells us some people take a long time because light takes its time to get into our soul. But that's what we have to do. Constantly do good works.
Oh boy, but at the end of the day, we do make a lot of mistakes, and we are so weak as humans.
Yeah, what happens if we're not able to reach such a perfect point in life?
Remember guys, Islam is the religion whose God introduces Himself. You know when you tell people about yourself, you want to let people know how you are, right? The God of Islam introduces Himself, number one, by calling Himself Ar-Rahman. That is, He's the most gracious. And He says that He is Ar-Rahim. He's the most merciful. And He doesn't just do it once. He says it 114 times in the Holy Quran. He's Ar-Rahman, He's Rahim, He's forgiving, He's merciful. So always remember, Allah is ready to forgive you. What you have to have in your heart is a sincerity that you are going to do the good thing. And you're going to keep trying to do the good thing. You make a mistake, you fall down, get back up and you're going to try doing it again. Why? Because your God is merciful. He knows it's going to be hard for you. That's why He told you He's merciful, so that He knows when you mess up, you should at least know that He's going to be there to forgive you if you decide to fix yourself. So what you have to remember as a human being is you constantly have to make the effort of coming back once a mistake has been made. And remember that your actions should not be those that drive people away from Allah, but they should bring people closer to Allah.
But I am wondering, can we get to a level where we stop caring about these things because we are sure that Allah will forgive us?
Well, Monis, you have hit on a super important topic that we're going to dive into, but not without diving into our next incredible segment. Let's go straight to the question of the sermon. Okay everyone, we are once more at that incredible time of the episode, which is called the question of the sermon, where you, dear audience, as well as our two amazing panelists, will have 10 seconds to guess the right answer to a weekly question. The question this week is, what is that one thing which Huzoor said when somebody completely loses control of themselves, becomes like a false second God to them? You have 4 options. Option number 1, selfishness. Option number 2, hate. Option number 3, anger. And option number 4, money. Your time starts now. Time's up. Okay, Monis, what do you think?
I think it's number 3, anger.
And Haris, what do you think?
I think it's number 4, money.
And the right answer is number 3, anger.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow, I didn't see this coming. But it's so true.
Yeah, I totally see how when we're out of control, then we lose sense of both good and evil.
Exactly. See guys, Huzoor used an example to talk about how these bad thoughts and feelings can come up inside of us. Huzoor said that, look at mice. You know mouse, right? They sometimes have very dangerous bacteria and viruses and diseases, right? And you can end up catching those diseases. And so the promised Messiah ﷺ has used this like beautiful example. Just like those mice have diseases, right? And sometimes if they get way too many of them in a city, or they spread out too much, or they accidentally make it to your food, then that is when you have a giant sickness or disease, like a plague, that can spread. And sometimes it ends up hurting and killing thousands of people. Just like that, these emotions and feelings in our heart and mind, they're just like that, like those infested mice in a city. And if we lose control of them, guess what happens? They end up taking over our mind and our brain. And we accidentally end up doing bad things as a result of those emotions, because we're not able to keep it under control. So that's why the promised Messiah says, a good believer who believes that God is there is constantly aware that these bad emotions need to be kept under control. And he constantly does good and keeps them under control, so that as a result of his bad feelings or anger or any other bad emotion, he does not end up hurting other people. That's why constant good is the way to go.
Also, Rabbi Sahib, we should definitely not forget what time of year this is.
Yeah, after all, this is the best time of the year to fix our weaknesses and ask for Allah's forgiveness.
Oh, I had almost forgotten. You're absolutely right. Huzoor, may Allah be His helper, mentioned that reaching the last few days of Ramadan, we need to remember that the entire world needs our prayers. These last few days are very, very important for us as believers to remember Allah and remember the world in our prayers. May Allah bless this Ramadan for everyone.
Ameen.
Now remember, these are just a few points, so make sure you watch the full khutbah and get back to us by watching the old critical message.
Did you enjoy this week's Friday Sermon for Kids? Want to know how you can make it even better? Tell us what you learned from beloved Huzoor's Friday sermon at FS4KIDS at MTA.tv, no later than every Sunday, and we'll try our best to include it in our next show next week.
Now, we can't include all the videos you guys sent to us, so you guys can visit our Instagram and Twitter at MTA Canada and see all the videos you guys sent to us. Remember, at Friday Sermon for Kids, you're not just the audience, you make the show.
All right, everyone, it's time once more for our review. Remember, there were some beautiful new points this time, so pay close attention.
Beloved Huzoor Ayyadallahu Ta'ala bin Nasir Aziz began his sermon by saying that the words La ilaha illallah are the main teachings and goal of every messenger who has ever come in the world. That is, there is none worthy of worship except the one and true God who we all know as Allah. The difference is that with Islam, this was done in the most perfect way possible. There is a hadith which says that if someone says La ilaha illallah, then Allah will never put him in hell. Basically, that they'll go to heaven. But Huzoor Ayyadallahu Ta'ala bin Nasir Aziz also explained that this is true only for those who become Sache Muwahid.
This expression Sache Muwahid are two Urdu words. The first is Sache, which means truthful, and the second is Muwahid, which means someone who believes in only one God. Huzoor Ayyadallahu said that for someone who really believes in Allah alone as their God, he automatically does good things and avoids evil actions. So don't forget that just saying the words does not make you enter heaven. You have to walk the walk of your claim as well. And this, of course, doesn't happen all of a sudden. But you have to be constant in good actions as much as your human capacity allows.
That's true. Remember that Allah is Ar-Rahman, the most gracious, and Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. Making mistakes is not the end of the world. A true believer in Allah can make mistakes, but he always tries to fix himself. Take anger, for example. When you lose control of yourself fully, during that short time, the promised Messiah says, you have made anger your God, because you are giving it more control over yourself than the commandments of Allah. Just like that, these wrong thoughts and emotions inside of us are like mice in the earth, which can come out and cause sickness and disease to spread in the earth. If a good thought comes to our mind, we should use it to do good and thank Allah for it. But if a wrong thought comes, we should control it and ask Allah for strength to overcome it. And of course, remember, these are just a few points from the ocean of guidance that is beloved Huzoor's Friday sermon. So,
don't forget to watch Huzoor's full khutbah.
And until next week,
Khuda Hafiz.
मगर है शर्त तुमसे मुसलसल राबता रखना मगर है शर्त तुम उससे मुसलसल राबता रखना इमाम वक्त से एक रिश्ता इश्क़ वफ़ा रखना दिलों में प्यार की खुशबू तो होठों पर दुआ रखना इमाम वक्त से एक रिश्ता इश्क़ वफ़ा रखना इमाम वक्त से एक रिश्ता इश्क़ वफ़ा रखना